Hello, I'm Gregg Alliss. I'm going to talk to you today about severe weather photography and spotting. Mainline photographers love to capture God's beautiful creations of this world. For example, brilliant sunsets, mountains, lakes, trees, and flowers. I, however, also like to photograph the awesome power and beauty of thunderstorms. Now, I have been fascinated by severe weather since I was a young boy. When I was very young, though, I was actually scared to death of storms. But over time, that fear turned to fascination when I began to understand how storms worked. Now, make no mistake, photographing and spotting severe weather is a very, very dangerous practice and should only be left to the experienced and trained spotter. I have been a severe weather spotter for 14 years now. What is a spotter? A spotter reports information about storms to the National Weather Service by use of cell phone, ham radio, the internet, and even with photographs. A picture, as it is said, tells 1,000 words. Every year on a Saturday in the late winter, a National Weather Service spotter class is held for Lynn County. The class is free and open to the public of all ages. Meteorologists explain weather phenomenon, storm structure identification, and proper reporting techniques in the class, which lasts about 2 hours. Once you have attended this class, you have become a certified spotter. You must be, however, at least 16 years old to qualify. So how do I find the thunderstorms to spot or photograph in the first place? My favorite places are websites such as the Storm Prediction Center or National Weather Service Hazardous Weather Outlooks, as well as cell phone notification resources such as AccuWeather. These give me locations or watches or warnings so that I know the areas that I might be traveling to. My best eyes to the sky tool is called Radar Scope, a radar app on my smartphone. This tells me not only where the storm is, but how strong it is and in what direction it is heading. Without radar, I would be storm blind and would not attempt an intercept by car. Radar allows me to see the storm and to keep a safe distance from it, because safety is everything in this hobby. What equipment do I carry in my car? The essentials that will allow me to stay safe and to effectively report and photograph severe weather. The essentials are GPS devices, weather and ham radios, cell phone, digital and video cameras, tripods, and other camera gear. Other gear include a wind speed indicator, water, snacks, and a first aid kit. Once I have decided on an area that is in the path of a severe storm, I seek out a location, often in an open public parking lot or farm field drive-in. This gives me a clear 360-degree view of the sky and does not obstruct traffic in any way. In this image, I had a motel parking lot all to myself in Walcott, Iowa, because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Other times, I have little time to prepare and have to make a quick and safe pullover to the side of the highway to make a spotter report to the National Weather Service. This is footage from my GoPro video camera. Yes, this is spotter LI-96. I am currently on stationary on Highway 30 near Belle Plaine, looking southwest at a very large wall cloud. The wall cloud's kind of ragged looking. I do not see any funnels or tornadoes coming down from it. I do see an inflow cloud feeding into it. So that's what I'm seeing at the moment. You're welcome. Whoa! That was a close one. think I'll stay inside the car where it's a lot safer. Lightning, in my opinion, is the most dangerous of all when taking pictures or spotting, because you don't know when or where it will strike. This image shows a cloud-to-ground bolt captured near Ainsworth, Iowa. Daytime lightning photographs are very hard to capture, with nighttime captures being more easily accomplished due to long exposures. I will talk about night photography in more detail in a later video. A safer way to capture lightning is to set up your camera on a tripod. If you have a remote device on your camera, you can take pictures with your camera outdoors while you are safe inside your vehicle. Tripods are also useful when it begins to get dark and your camera shutter has to stay open longer. This will prevent possible blur from handheld capture. A spotter may get into a situation where it is dark and begins to rain heavily. In this case, the best way to capture outside images is to shoot video and then do a video frame capture of it later. This particular image is an example of that. It was raining so hard I could no longer see where I was going, and I happened to come upon a dump truck that had pulled off the side of the highway. It had found a wide side of the highway where I thankfully followed and waited out the rain. Flash floods from torrential rain, especially at night, are particularly dangerous. Also extremely dangerous is the practice of spotting at night, and this should be discouraged. This image is a tornado that was located about 2 to 3 miles away in northwest Iowa. The image was achieved by shooting a video of it and grabbing a frame capture. The illumination in this image is from lightning. My son was driving our vehicle, which held 2 other student storm chasers in addition to myself. Always present is my GoPro Hero 4 Silver action camera or video camera. It is mounted by a suction cup to the center interior of my vehicle's windshield. Not only does this camera record wide-angle video of the event, but also audio, capturing my voice, weather, and ham radio. Also dangerous is hail, especially if you are out in your vehicle. I happened to be home during this particular event on April 7th of this year. Ham radio warned me of its approach. I was able to photograph the hail from the relative safety of the roof overhang on our back porch. The hail started out pea-sized, then quarter, with some reaching 2.5 inches wide. I gathered several large hailstones of varying sizes and shapes from my backyard after the event and photographed them with a tape measure for an informational visual to be sent to the National Weather Service. On rare occasions, the sky will be splashed with brilliant sunlit cloud formations known as mammatus. These pouch-like clouds are not in themselves dangerous, but often accompany severe weather. The mammatus in this image from 2015 were on the back end of a passing storm and caught a brief window of the setting sun. The post-processing application Adobe Lightroom allows digital camera operators to make great panoramic images. The storm cell in this image stretched across a large part of the sky and would not fit in the viewfinder of my camera. So I shot 4 overlapping photographs and converted them into a single panoramic image. Smartphones can produce panoramas automatically, but with lesser resolutions. Users of smartphones can upload their unprocessed storm photos directly to multimedia outlets such as Facebook, Twitter, or the National Weather Service. Since I run my photos through the apps Adobe Lightroom and Adobe Photoshop for thorough post-processing with caption information, I upload my individual shots and video from my camera directly to my computer. Once new photo imports are uploaded to Lightroom, enhancements such as exposure, contrast, color, clarity, and saturation can be applied to them. Final adjustments such as cropping and tweaking are made to each image in Photoshop. Very important caption information such as location of the storm, location of the camera operator, time of day, clarification of what was being observed, etc., are added to the file. When all of this is done, I email all images I think would be interesting and informative to the National Weather Service, as seen in this example from June 10th of this year. Detailed caption information embedded in each photo is also typed out in each email so the National Weather Service may conveniently compare each bit of information with that of the corresponding photos. Many of the photos are used by the National Weather Service for research and examples for future spotter training classes. Finally, selected photos, maps, and other screen captures of each event are used for my website, Sky and Weather Photography. Detailed information, much like that which is sent to the National Weather Service, is included with each new posting, with some of the more personal details and experiences added to each one. I want to thank you for watching this video. I hope it was interesting and informative. Remember, severe weather spotting and photography is a dangerous thing and should only be left to those who are experienced and well trained. Be careful out there, and may the good Lord bless you and keep you.